So this is a response video I've wanted to do for quite some time. I hate this guy. He is the biggest piece of shit on YouTube. Or no, that's not true. That's not, well, I mean, like, I guess they got rid of some of the more mainstream white nationalists. So I guess he's up there. Theater mode? Okay, cool. Someone complained about this, so hopefully that's a little better, less distracting. This guy's name is Mike the Cop. As his name suggests, he is a cop. I believe he's somewhere in the like Midwest or whatever. I don't remember exactly. But let's go over this video. I won't lie though. I didn't just watch this right now. Not doing a live reaction because it is dealing with current news. It's dealing with those. Well, let's check it out. Let's check it out and respond to it. And I pulled up some relevant sources here too. Notice every meme that he just showed is like making these people look cool. Playing guitar, I'm the manager. Okay, I guess that one isn't flattering them.
Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. Hilarious memes. But underneath it all, when you really look at what's going on, there are some deeper issues at play, some competing narratives.
I'm looking really forward to the deeper issues that Mike the Cop is going to discuss in a very nuanced and thoughtful manner. It's going to blow my fucking mind.
It's about truth and fiction. And Mr. McClaskey, the male, his name's, I don't think it's actually Ken, but anyway,
his name is Mark. Way to do your fucking research here, buddy.
Goes on Chris Cuomo's show. Yeah. Just watch.
How do you feel about becoming the face of political resistance to the Black Lives Matter movement?
First of all, that's a completely ridiculous statement. I'm not the face of anything opposing the Black Lives Matter movement. I was a person scared for my life, who was protecting my wife, my home, my heart,
This is really funny to me because he's like saying that he's not like it's not you saying like I want to be a like it's like he interpreted this question like
of anything opposing the Black Lives Matter movement statement.
Like, how do you feel about being that? And then he's just like, I'm not that. And it's like, it doesn't matter if you are that. He's saying, like, how does it feel that like, you're the one being put on this? So he's not answering questions. This is, like, an evasive tactic. I looked up, I'm like, this is some lawyer shit. And yes, sure enough, this dude's a fucking lawyer. I don't remember where I saw it. But yeah, he is a lawyer. Oh, whoops. I don't care about doxing that person. We'll get to that in a minute anyway. Yeah, but he is a lawyer, and I'll talk about like the type of lying that he's doing in this. Very interesting. So this is his first thing. He's not answering the question. So like, I take a class on like lying and deception. I'm probably gonna eventually go to law school, but whatever. It's not really that important. But what this is called is not answering a motherfucking question. Okay, when you want to appear honest, but like you don't want to. You want to lie to someone, but you don't want to like directly tell a lie, or you want to exist in that technicality. What you do is you just answer an unrelated question, and hopefully they don't double the fuck down, which Chris Cuomo never does throughout this segment. So, step one, he said, "How does it feel that you have been made the face of it?" This is like a very human question. Like, you know, he could have said something like, you know, I never intended that to be the effect of this. You know, I mean, you have to lie about them like actually coming onto his property, but whatever. You know, I was scared for my wife, my family, blah, blah, blah. And I do apologize for this, but, like, that was never my intention. Something. Someone accidentally came onto my property. Like, whatever he wants to say. But he said that's a ridiculous statement. It goes on the defensive and answers an unasked question because he is lying and doesn't want to make it obvious that he's lying. Uh-huh. So we'll see in like the second video that I have queued up here, and there could be more videos, there could be more angles for this, I don't know. Hopefully he releases the security cameras he undoubtedly has outside of his house, but they're on the street in front of his house. I think you can see it a little bit in this clip. They're not, it's a private street, but like they're on the sidewalk next to his house. So he doesn't own the entire street, he probably pays fees to manage the private road or whatever, but like, he doesn't own that any more than I own the parking lot in front of my fucking HOA, you know? He just pays to be part of that community. It's like saying like you own the fucking whatever at a gym, you know?
I was a victim of a mob that came.
Okay, yeah, you can see that right here. So that's. Oh, so that's like that's like, it looks weird here, but they're not actually like well deep into his property. I'm pretty sure that like goes right up to the. Let's see if we can actually. Where it at? I think they came in through here. Oh no, can I not get in there? That's fucking funny if I can't even get here on Google Maps. I guess you wouldn't be able to. Okay, let's see. So yeah, you see, that's... Okay, there you go. So that's what we're seeing right now. Private street, no trespassing. Oh, cool. You get a whole view of this thing. Nice. I hadn't actually done this beforehand. So they're on the sidewalk right here. That's the entrance to his property. Great video that you're showing, Chris Cuomo. Really gets the details home. So they're just in front of his house on a fucking street. Admittedly, a private road, but we'll get to why that's irrelevant later.
I was frightened, I was assaulted, and I was in imminent fear that they would run me over, kill me, burn my house, and you have to have this in the context.
They're gonna run you over when they don't. I guess he could be using that hyperbolically, but like, there's no one in there with a car. They all just walked in through a fucking open gate. Okay, like. He's using this legalese language because those are the circumstances you'd need to meet to justify using force in self-defense. But that's why he's saying those things. Like, dude, you just had to stay in your house, and these people would have walked past. You came out, like, probably around when they were just walking through on the sidewalk adjacent to your house.
To St. Louis, where on June the 2nd of this year, I watched the city burn. I watched the 7-Eleven get smashed in, looted, and burned for 40 minutes on live television with nobody showing up to do anything. And I realized at that time we're on our own. When bad things happen, they unpredictably turn really bad, real fast. That same night, retired St. Louis Police Captain David Doran was murdered.
So this is, oh god, there's like 2 fucking things here. Should stop before.
Bad things happen, they unpredictably turn really bad, real fast. That same night, retired St. Louis Police Captain David Doran was murdered. These things.
Okay, so there's I didn't go back far enough, but the distinguishing factor you have to make here is things that can happen and things that like just because you can conceive of something happening doesn't mean it's likely to happen. Did they burn down like a 7-Eleven or whatever in St. Louis? I mean, probably. I mean, stuff has been burned down. There has been the occasional non-peaceful protest, or peaceful protests have become non-peaceful, but that doesn't mean this is going to happen here. And honestly, if you just walked outside and were like, hey guys, like, mayor's house is that way, if they were like really at your fucking house, which they're not, they're walking past it because presumably they know where the mayor's house is. So it took me all of like 4 seconds to find it. Like, I literally just Googled Lena or whatever the fuck. What was her name? I don't remember. Anyway, like, this is the address that comes up, which we'll get to in a second, on like the other little like cute little thing he does.
And I realized at that time we're on our own. When bad things happen, they unpredictably turn really bad, real fast. That same night.
Yeah, like, just because they can turn bad doesn't mean they're likely to turn bad. Most protests are peaceful, like an overwhelming amount of them, and these people are just going to try and like talk to the mayor, which I think they did. And then like, I read part of this other article over here, but I think they did talk to the mayor, and she's like, yeah, they like gave me demands and then left. It's like, okay. I should say that definitively because I don't know that for sure. Yeah, and like the retired police captain just like wasn't in uniform, hence why he's retired, you know? Like, why would a retired police officer be in uniform? And he was killed, and he's like the only death of like someone associated with the police to like actually happen during this whole time. And like, they didn't target him because he was the police. It was just like he was trying to stop someone from doing a thing, and some people killed him. And like, hey, that's unfortunate and that's not good, but like, you try stopping people doing crimes as an unsworn member of society, so maybe don't do that. Maybe don't be a cowboy.
These things get very bad very quickly, and when those people came,
To be clear, specifically when it's just like protecting a random piece of property, like obviously if people are beating someone up, I think you should stop people from hurting each other. But like, I'm pretty sure he tried like stopping his friend's store from getting looted or something like that.
through the gate, when it was a mob, I didn't take the time to see their birth certificates. When it was a mob, I didn't take the time to. These happen. They unpredictably turn really bad, real fast. That same night, retired St. Louis Police Captain David Doran was murdered. These things get very bad very quickly, and when those people came through the gate, when it was a mob, I didn't take the time to see their birth certificates or anything else.
It was a mob. It was a mob coming through a gate. This is like, it's a group of people. I guess you could describe it as a mob, I suppose. But the characterization of that is clearly like you know, pitchforks and torches, you know, like the mob that comes for like Dr. Frankenstein.
Defending my house, my life, my wife.
Come on, say your hearth again.
I spent 32
He didn't do it.
I understand what you say your rationale was. To be clear, did anything happen to you or your property?
He like does not answer this like 3 times. Actually, Cuomo does ask him this.
Anything happened? Yeah, my life has been ruined.
Notice how like your life being ruined because you pulled a gun on peaceful majority black protesters isn't actually protesters damaging your property. It's like a self-inflicted wound. Like, what is this shit? Okay, this is like the most lawyery non-answer ever.
No, we'll get to that, Mr. To cut you off. But I'm saying that night, did anything happen to you, your family, or your property?
Yeah, it's called social intimidation. It's called terrorism.
So social intimidation, these unarmed protesters who are walking past your house, who then you come out with whatever type of gun that was. It's a big boy gun. We'll call it a big boy gun because I don't know a whole lot about guns. They socially intimidated you by walking past your house towards someone else's house. That's incredible.
Chris, what's the definition of terrorism? Use violence.
This is really funny because I can almost guarantee you that if I go through Chris Cuomo, sorry, not Chris Cuomo, if I go through Mike the Cop's videos, he would probably like defend the armed protesters in the Michigan State House.
It's an intimidation to frighten the public. That's what was happening, and that's what happened to me. And that's the damage I suffered.
That's the entire point of like anyone marching with like guns is just like, yeah, you're attempting to effectuate like your political message by like intimidation, and like technically that is terrorism. But like these are people walking through a street. Now clearly there's a sliding scale there of like what is the terrorism. Now if all of them had guns and were marching to the mayor's house like that, okay, maybe you have a point. Maybe that's crossing the boundaries into being like threatening. Now just showing up as like an aggrieved group of protesters who seemingly dropped off fucking letters at her house after talking to her and like having a non-productive conversation, like how is this intimidating you? Like you're just a baby. You're just a man baby child. Like it's just ridiculous.
At a group of people who were walking past looking for the mayor's house.
I'm sorry.
Oh boy, we finally get to Mike's response here.
What?
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!
As a point of protest.
Chris, that's an entirely false concept. No single media outlet has ever mentioned the complete falsity of that statement. The mayor's house cannot be reached through my neighborhood.
Okay, so actually he's just lying here. I thought he worded that a little better.
That statement. The mayor's house cannot be reached through my neighborhood.
And here's why I do not feel bad doing this. 1, I'm a small YouTube channel, so it's okay. And 2, this is like publicly available. Fuck me, man. Okay, this is what I want to do. So we looked over here. This is Cruisen. Her name's like Lena Cruisen or something. This is her husband, I guess. No, sorry, kid. He's 20. Maybe she's doing some Roy Moore shit, you know. Okay, so Jesus Christ, too many tabs. So they came in on this street over here. That's what we looked at before. His house is on the right over here. So this is just like a loop. Actually, it's not even a loop. They live on Lake. So Lake is right fucking here. So if you said they don't live on my street, like technically it would have been a non-answer that like he would have answered a question that wasn't asked. Like, can you reach it through this? We're not going to be able to look at that, but because like the Google map thing can't get in here. But yeah, like you walk through here. There's plenty of other articles I said indicating like the only way to get to this person's house is because she lives in a private house like over here somewhere. This is how you get to their house. So like you're fucking lying, bud. So he lives over here. He's that stupid house. You have to go down his street right here. And then she lives on Lake. Right there. And let's see. I guess you could maybe get to her house from here. Lindale Boulevard? I mean, that seems like it's a public one. Let's see what we can do here. No, can't. No floor thing there. Maybe it's a private gate at that end too. But yeah, like that's he's being a little on the ridiculous side. I don't know where on that street she lives, but it's not really relevant. Like, yes, they can access the house from there. And so the reason I don't care about showing her thing is because like this is what she did. So Okay, so she met with these demonstrators outside City Hall. These are not the ones that showed up to her house. That was the juxtaposition I erroneously made.
Well, thank you for that, Rachel. In fact,
So what she's doing here is she's getting letters that they wrote,
so they presented some,
and these people, because they're responsible, don't actually do what she's doing.
they wanted the budget to be spent, but it will have the police, and have zero go to the police.
So she's going to a new letter now. Oh, so at the end there, where she goes, and so that's, and then she just reads. She's reading their name and their address on the thing, right? So you got mad when people showed up to your house or whatever, or I guess these people got mad when they showed up to your house. Presumably she wasn't very happy about it either. And she's mad that they even, like, came to, I guess, the mayor's, like, she came to the city hall to give her letters. So she's reading their names and their addresses of people who are just otherwise private citizens who are just, like, voicing their grievances with their elected officials. She's reading their names and addresses, clearly opens them up for, like, degrees of intimidation and people showing up at their house. I mean, Missouri, not exactly known for its racial harmony. So if you read the names and addresses of, like, Black Lives Matter protesters, not going to go super well. But she opted to do that. So I have no issue doing, like, a basic Google search to find out exactly where she lived, which I did. And then we looked at the map because it also helped us debunk that moron. So I don't care. Fuck him. Fuck her. That's some fucked up shit to do to protesters.
Need to be compassionate people.
Oh, yeah?
We should be caring and compassionate toward our fellow man, even those we disagree with. I mean, this.
So, what I disagree with our little protester friend. Oh, I didn't even. Okay, let's show this one. Here's like a better video of this. So they said they broke through like an iron gate or something. So this is them going through a gate that's not in pieces, not just. I don't think he said in that video. I read it like somewhere else. So they are walking through an open gate to the sidewalk here. You can see the main street on the left. You can see people like. This seemingly was at the beginning of them walking through because there's not a lot of people in front of this camera person. And then he's just screaming like a lunatic. And it's cause like, yo, he's got a gun. He's out of his fucking gourd. And like, they're still on the sidewalk. He's just screaming, "Get out!" and his voice is cracking. What a tough boy. I bet his penis isn't any. Get out! So they are, I don't know where she's screaming from, but she was on a public street, like, when they first entered, but now they are on a private street. But either way, like, if we're trespassing, call the police. I'm sure they have, like, an HOA or some sort of board that is, that does have the authority to kick people off of that property, but it ain't him as a unitary function, so fuck that guy. But yeah, you can see, like, they're just on the sidewalk here. There's no broken gate. They're just walking through to the mayor's house, who we already discussed he lives fucking next to. Lives right on this street.
This is what tolerance is actually. Passionate people.
So my compassion towards these people goes towards, like, yeah, I get it. You were born in a society that's, like, kind of racist, and, like, you are yourself kind of racist, and I'm sorry that happened to you, but you need to stop being racist. It doesn't justify you accosting peaceful protesters with a gun who literally aren't on your property. They're I mean, some people might have, like, I don't know, taken a step on this fucking property, but I haven't seen any sort of video suggesting that, like, they were walking all over his property, let alone anything that they showed here. Just, like, them walking outside with their guns to intimidate these people who are just peacefully walking past towards the mayor's house, who's the actual person they have an issue with.
Could not be reached through my neighborhood.
We need to be compassionate people. I truly believe that. We should be caring and compassionate toward our fellow man, even those we disagree with. I mean, this is what tolerance is actually about, not this blind notion that of tolerance being everyone everyone must think like me. I don't think that. But the truth is important. Truth matters. There are big narratives at work here.
Yeah, I love this whole like big narratives thing. There's not a whole lot of narrative here. It's these people are walking to the mayor's house through this private neighborhood because the mayor lives in a private neighborhood, and somehow that's the thing we accept in this world. And these people came out of their house unmolested and started threatening people with guns. This is not like you don't like tolerate people like that, because they are the ones being intolerant. They're protesters who they disagree with, who have made them scared, probably in part because they look different, who then came out with guns and started trying to intimidate them to get off the private road, not his private property, off the private road that his house is adjacent to. It's ridiculous.
Pay attention. I don't know. What do you guys think about this? Drop it in the comments. Thanks for liking, sharing.
Like you're a fucking moron who tries acting like we need to like be compassionate while showing no compassion, giving that one-sided thing of Chris Cuomo like getting, well, of this guy just lying and Chris Cuomo largely tolerating it because Chris Cuomo, fucking moron. But god damn it, man.
Tolerance being everyone must think like me. I don't think that.
It's not that everyone has to think like you. It's that when people disagree with you, that you can peacefully address grievances and understand that sometimes there's fundamental disagreements, right? Peacefully addressing your grievances could be something like, you know, forming as a group, maybe writing down like your issues, or like vocally saying your issues and then bringing them to like, I don't know, like a person in power, like the mayor. And then like maybe if you want to like sort of demonstrate a point, you go to where they live, you know, kind of like how the police like exist where you live and like fuck up your life by like over policing in your majority minority areas. Like maybe that's like similar. So when you go as like a group of peaceful protesters and you like express your discontent with the status quo, that's a great way to you know, peacefully disagree. When you see people who are having that peaceful disagreement and then they choose to basically threaten, or I guess to me it might be a more accurate term, because I don't think they threaten to kill anybody, but intimidate them with guns because they're walking past their house. That is not like the civility politics he's preaching right now, and he's also an asshole in other videos, which is outside the confines of this one. But yeah, this is fuck you, fuck Mike the cop, you're a piece of shit, and I would love to have a conversation with Mike the cop one day, but with my three-person YouTube channel, it's probably not gonna happen anytime soon. But giant turd, giant pussy, fuck him. Ah, fuck, I'm so dumb. I forgot. This is where I read this. So he's the one who... Protesters broke down a gate to a private property. And a husband homeowner ensured his family wasn't going to be a victim like he'd seen on TV. Somehow, Chris Cuomo decides that Mark McClaskey is the crazy one? Yeah, okay. Okay, so this is literally Mike the cop writing this right here. So as we went over that other video, didn't break down a gate, walked through an open gate. You don't want people walking through your open gate? Lock the fucking gate. But they didn't, because while it is a private road, it has public, like, they leave it accessible for most people to walk. They're not going to give every single person a key to that weird gate. They probably have, like, a button or something or whatever to get through the gate with a vehicle. But, like, walking through that gate, it's not usually a problem. I've lived, my parents live in, like, a private neighborhood in Florida or whatever. And the main gate is just open during the days. Like, when it's light out, the gate's just fucking open. You can just walk in and out. It's whatever. I mean, the main gate that you have to, like key through, or your plate has to be registered for, yeah, like, that you need something for it. But, like, the walking gate, like, you don't have a lot of people like, oh, let's just go, like, walk into this neighborhood and cause problems. They just leave that gate open. I don't know if this is true for them or whatever, but, like, yeah, they walk through a gate. There's no broken down gate that's, like, destroyed and in shambles. They literally, like, as we saw, walk through a fucking gate. Like, here's the gate. Here's the gate destroyed and in shambles, Mike. Look at that destroyed and in shambles gate. What peaceful understanding that we're getting through here. This is fantastic. Like, tolerance and understanding. And McClaskey's the crazy one? Yeah, he's the crazy one. People were walking past his house, and they were black. Yeah, I'm putting this in... I'll say I'm putting words in his mouth here, because, like... Yeah, like, that's probably a big reason why this dude came out with fucking guns. Which we're leaving out here, but the implication's pretty clear. Chris Cuomo decides that Mark McClaskey's the crazy one? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, first of all, his questioning was completely reasonable and was giving him an adequate chance to defend himself, and he opted to lie and, like, misrepresent, like, literally every one of his answers. So repeat the closing. Fuck Mike the cop. You're a turd. You're a propagandist. You're a horrible human being. You should be fired. And your YouTube channel should also be demonetized and just gotten rid of. It should get the Steph and Molly new treatment. You should just whoop gone. Really should go. But until then, I will make more videos making fun of you. I know there was some in the past. Oh, let's do the thing. I wanted to see if like he's got a video on the Michigan. I think he's actually in Michigan. So let's see. That was a few months ago, right? If Cop talked like a fight announcer, you're an idiot. Like, he ostensibly deals in like comedy, but it's like the Steven Crowder type shit where like he does politics and then like he acts like he's joking about stuff. 4 minutes of a 90-minute police chase. Oh great. Does he editorialize this? I'm almost sure that he probably editorializes this and then complains about how people focus on the last 4 minutes of a 90-minute chase where like the police were being brutal. I don't actually know if that's the thing, but 4. I'm trying to remember when that was. I don't think he's got a video on it. But it's funny how like he posts a video accusing like these protesters who don't have guns of intimidation and how this guy's just defending himself. Yet I'll look more later. But ostensibly, like it's funny. That looks like me as a baby. That's weird. What if it is me? What if he's taken my likeness? Oh no. But it's like, it's funny, like, you post this thing where this guy's, like, really fucking in the wrong, but, like, there's no video here talking about armed Second Amendment protesters, like, breaking into the Michigan State House, making their demands and threatening lawmakers and shit. Like, we're not going to talk about that? That's not terrorism? That's not threatening? We're not going to go over that? Interesting. Very interesting, Mike. Fuck you.